Hello everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel, TheCSDude. And today we are going to be starting off with a new series where we are going to be teaching or perhaps telling you all about this programming language which is called as Python. Now, Python is a programming language which is nowadays a lot in demand, not just because of its usage in the fields of AI and machine learning, but also it is one of the most easiest languages to learn. The syntax, the grammatical, the way you write the code, the way we implement it, and the way we learn it. It's all quite easy when compared to other high-level programming languages like Java and C Sharp. And so for many first-timers, learning Python is really easy. So this is the first video of the entire series where we're going to be learning Python all the way from scratch up to an advanced level. And so the first thing which we are going to be doing is we're going to be discussing how do you download Python. So for that, you need to open up your browser and you're going to go to this website, which is python.org. Alright, so the first concept which we are going to be learning is the most common or the most basic thing which every programmer does, and that is hello world. And we're going to be checking out how do we do this. So in Python, you have a lot of functions which you could use to basically print out stuff. The function which we are going to be learning today, or the first function which every programmer learns, is the print function. Print. And within the print function, you have to write something which you could display out to the user later on. So how do you write stuff within this function? You use the quotation marks like this, and now within these quotation marks you could write whatever you want to state, such as we're going to go with hello world. Now once done with this, as mentioned earlier, you have this play button or the run button. Once you click this, you see, let's bring it up here, we have hello world printed onto our screen. Now we could change it to stuff like, say, my name is Maaz, and once we again run it, you see we get it up, hey, my name is Maaz. So this is the first function which you all should be very well aware of before starting with your Python journey, the print function. Now there are some rules to this too, like you can't directly write text without these quotation marks because without these quotation marks, the Python program refers all this text to something else which we are going to be basically it refers it to variables which we are going to be covering in the next lesson. But yeah, if we run it now, you see we're going to get an error, syntax error. So what do you mean by this syntax error? Syntax error doesn't mean that you are like a bad programmer or you don't know Python. Basically, this error, syntax error, indicates that the PyCharm IDE or the Python programming language, it is unable to understand what you want to tell him. Now, when it gives me this error, I should get to know that there is some sort of error within my code which the program cannot decode. And so I'm just going to be looking at my code, and most probably one benefit of using PyCharm is that in most scenarios it gives you, what do we call it, possible suggestions. So you see we get all the possible suggestions up here, including the fact introduce variables for statements, which is just because it is thinking that the programming code which we wrote, that is representing some sort of variable. However, it isn't, and so we're gonna type those quotation marks back up here. Let's bring it up here and here too. And now when we rerun the code, we're gonna get the same, hey, my name is Maaz. So yeah, this was the very first function which you all should know. The second thing, let's make something within these marks. If I tell you all to make a short program which prints out a specific shape, let's say triangle, how are we going to do it? So yeah, you could write some code, but as it's just the basics, we could use a print function for that. Let's say print quotation mark a forward slash, then again print quotation marks, oh my bad, quotation marks again this, just adjust it a bit, and we could also copy the whole function like this. You see, Control C, Control V, Control C, Control V, and now let's adjust it accordingly. My bad. Yeah, so you get it up here, you get this up here, then, and let's make the perpendicular part like this, and then you get it like this, then like this, and finally like this. And then you could have one other print function for the base, which could be something like this. Perhaps this would be a bit wrong, but yeah, or we could also do it like this. Yeah, this one is much better. Now if we print this function, not this function, these statements, you're going to get the code, the diagram up here. You see the same diagram which we made. Now how does this code work? What's the logic behind this? So well, this should be pretty known to all of you. Basically what happens is that this PyCharm first runs this code, line number 1. It executes what we have written in this statement, and then it shifts to line number 2, line number 3, and so on. So basically if we run line number 1 up here, we're gonna get this part of the diagram, this part of the diagram. Once done, we're gonna check out line number 2, and then we're going to be getting this part, then line number 3, this part, and finally line number 4, this part. Now this also means that if there is an error in the second line, the program is going to stop on its own. Let's say I write something like print hello, yeah, hey, something like that. So you see, as we haven't closed this sentence within the quotation marks, we should expect an error out here. So if we run the program, you see, we're going to get this error, hey is not defined. But on the same time, we also get the first part. This means that we printed the first statement, and then afterwards we shifted to the second statement where we found the error. And once we found the error, the program just stops, and we do not continue after this unless we fix this problem, after which when we run the code again, we're going to get the same diagram again up here. So yeah, this was the very basic part of the Python programming language. And I believe this is enough for today. We're going to be coming up with other videos soon, and don't forget to leave a like, comment if you have any questions or queries. And this is pretty important because Python is the language of future. You could use it in web development, you could use it in AI, you could use it for solving every other simple problem of your life. And we're going to be making simple projects too out there once we have proceeded in the course a bit. And apart from that, if you are an A-level student, then this course would also help you in your paper 4, which is the programming paper. As your specification, the course specification specifies that you are allowed to use Python. So yeah, we are also going to be discussing this in that context too. But yeah, that is all for today. Don't forget liking and sharing our videos. And apart from that, if you could drop a subscribe, or if you could but if you could subscribe our channel, that would be highly appreciated. Thank you so much. See you all in the next video.